Tuesday. Hey, baby, hey. Let me make sure. Yeah, Tuesday. St. Patty's Day, son. Got a little green in the background, so you can't pinch me digitally. Getting back into getting back into the groove after being away. You can tell I'm a little tongue-tied. Forget about it. We got a banger today. We got Brandon the Ripper Rhodes, number 2 ranked. We talk about it all. We talk about his match with Azael. We talk about the different specifics within that match, particularly his emotions in that match. We actually break down the entire match with Brandon, it was good. I asked him if he was cool doing it. He said yes, so that's what we did. So fam, sit back, relax. We're going to walk through Brandon's latest match with Azael, and we're also going to get a little insight to what he thinks his future is. Is it a title? You might be surprised. All right, everybody, grab a beverage, sit back, relax, enjoy, watch, listen, and always remember, 3, 2, 1, that's a knockout.
3, 2, 1, yeah, that's a knockout. They call me kamikaze, put you in heaven's lobby. On gas, no brakes, you can never stop me. Nah, no, you can never stop me. Yeah, cause I'm the power slap king.
Slap some, baby! Hey, fam, what's good? Look, we need some go juice because Daddy's a little winky. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got my sparkling water right here.
That's because you're a professional athlete. I'm just a podcaster. All right. Hey, Brandon, you ready, brother?
Yeah.
All right. All right, everybody. Welcome to Slap Son. We got the contender in the building, fresh off a win at Power Slap 18. Where's my title shot? Everybody give it up for Brandon the Ripper Rhodes.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Let's go, brother. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. Early morning, but it's a busy morning, and we're here. Usually I'm at my desk when I do these interviews, but we're on the phone today, so.
Yeah. No, it's we were just talking off camera that we're going to get through it.
Yeah.
So, Brandon, I want to do a couple of things, but the first thing, we have to ask the most obvious question. Look, we had Isaiah in the audience calling out you and Azael, hey, you want this belt? Come get it,
Yeah.
There was a lot of theatrics with him, and then afterwards, after your win, you just said it. So, do we get the title shot next? Do we not get the title shot next?
The title shot is definitely up there for what I can do. I think Power Slap. I want to see Power Slap execute it properly.
Okay,
the
what do you
middleweights,
mean?
like the middleweight's been a little stale. And don't get me wrong, Rob and Brandon, were badass coaches. They're always badass coaches when they're up there. But it's like they either need to hype me and Isaiah up in a certain way, put a little more light to the match. And I'd like it for me and him coach the next card if we're not going to be on it.
Oh.
I'd rather at least coach it. That way we can have some type of energy there, create more energy. Me and Isaiah we don't have really much footage of us talking shit, doing anything, and I would like that to be done properly, or at least a good build up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would like that. If they don't want to do that, then there's a chance I just drop weight because I've been wanting to go down to 170 for over a year since a little before New Orleans, of last year. So, and that is also now a possibility after speaking with Frank.
Damn.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
So, okay, I didn't see that one coming. So, from your perspective, it's like, hey, we need to have a proper build-up. Let's get this show on the road. And possibly, if not, hey, I'll go down to another weight class and see what damage I can do there.
Exactly. Yeah. Because the 185, awesome fucking division. I love it. But the 170 is when I know I can be more explosive for that division. That's kind of where my head's at.
Okay. But but you would rather, and correct me if I'm wrong, so that's an option. That's viable. You've been wanting to do that for a long time, like you said. But we can't, if the belt opportunity comes, we have to take it, right?
If it's done right. If it's done right.
Okay.
I've been telling them for over a year, since I've been wanting to go to 170, that I don't care about title shots or I don't care about having a belt. I just want to put on the best matches possible for the fans to watch, for the people who are there live, and not and necessarily like that doesn't mean it's a person who's holding a belt. You know, like me and Manny too would be a fucking banger match, and he's not a champion. There's a lot of guys that I would like to go up against that do not have belts, and I think would be a really good match. And Isaiah is one of those guys that it would be a good. It is one of those matches up there for me, but it has to be done right because there's so many other match opportunities that I can make interesting.
Yeah, dude. Wow, you and Manny too. That would be Brandon coming in with the matchmaking this morning, man. I dig it. I love it. I love it. Well, you know, Manny put out that vibe. I think I even reshared it on my story. Like, hey, I'm ready. Like, get me back up there. So that's interesting too.
And Manny's about that life. He will easily accept that match, knowing, you know, I didn't knock him out last time. I put a good hurt on him, but he will easily accept it. He has no issue with that.
Yeah, dang, dude. Well, the good news is, well, actually, pause for a sec. So you just got done talking about how you'll take any match. You're more about putting on an exciting show. Mm-hmm. And I think that the fact you took on Azael proves that, because outside looking in, you kind of think, is this a good match for Brandon? I mean, that's a dangerous spot to be in, especially if he wants the title next.
For sure.
You didn't blink twice. You took on a monster, dropped him, and it could have gone the other way, and it didn't. So what more of a hey, I'm here for this life can you have than taking on a guy who's a definite threat and not blinking about it and taking care of business? I mean, that shouts huge to your character in the fight game, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I would think so. And honestly, it was kind of the same with my last match that I had too with Trent. It's yeah, he was a nobody at the time. I mean, people know who he is because Brandon's his brother, but the dude's fucking strong. He's athletic, and there was a lot of hype around him. And I was in a spot where
he had those combine numbers.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like he could have put me out in one. Well, okay, I don't think anyone can put me out with the first shot. It's always going to be second or third. But he could have been that guy who puts me out, and guess what? He's unranked, and I'm a ranked opponent in line for a potential title shot at the time too. So I will take matches. That one, power slap, kind of begged me to take that one, and but I also wasn't. I'm not the type of guy to say no to most matches. And Azael, he was the last name I was expecting to pop up whenever they shot me that match, but the fact that I hold him in so like high regards with power slap because of what he's done for power slap, that was an easy yes for me. Even though I know he's dangerous, and I knew that he was going to put on the weight really good for this one, because he's used to being at 185, so I knew he was going to be in probably one of the better shapes physically. So I thought it was going to be it was a very, you know, fucking tough match. It was tough.
Yeah. And speaking of, if you're cool with it, I want to just talk through your match, because when I was there watching it, I don't think I've ever seen you flip a switch like that so aggressively. When you, after the flinching calls, you take the other hit and then you go back up. So if you're cool with it, let's just walk through your match, talk through it, and then we'll see where that goes.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, let's do it, man. Let's share the screen. And I prepped. I think we're all ready to go. I mean,
yeah,
we're professionals here, Brandon. We got.
Oh, hey, we're trying to be. We're trying to be.
Okay, I've learned my lesson. So the volume is off. YouTube, don't give me any shit. Gotcha. We're going to talk through this as commentary now. All right, Brandon. Brandon, can you see it? Okay.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, so fam, just to set the stage real quick. So I watched this right before Brandon got on, and one thing I missed or forgot was right off the rip, we got Brandon talking. He's setting the mood. He's getting ready for this. But as we go through it, whatever comes to mind, Brandon, just say your piece, and then we can talk to, I want to know what you were feeling in that one moment where you're coming back off of the flinching call and get ready to handle business.
Gotcha.
So we're just sitting up to the podium. You're yakking to the coach a little bit.
I hear Brandon fucking, you know, he knows what the fuck I do when I'm up there on the stage. And so I didn't want him getting in the ref's head and shouting so much, because at the end of the day, that plays against me. So I just told him to shut the fuck up. They don't fucking talk, you know?
Wait, real quick, pause.
Yeah.
So when a coach, is that a tactic on the coach's side to start getting in the ref's head as far as like, we're gonna get this guy?
100%.
Dude, I've never heard that before.
Yeah, well, especially from Brandon. Brandon knows what the fuck he's doing on that side, and Azael was already enough threat, but having Brandon and his coach or in his on his side as his coach, I knew that was going to be a bonus for Azael. And he started out right out the gate. He started doing exactly what I knew he was going to do because he's studied all my tape. He knows my habits. He knows my movements. He knows all the little things because Brandon studies. Even when he's coaching, he studied me for Azael, you know, and
Dude,
he's going to
that's
bring that up.
interesting.
Yeah,
A little Easter egg, fam. I love that.
yeah.
Okay, let's keep rolling.
Yeah, so here I was like, I just gotta eat this. You know, I just gotta fucking eat the shot. Azael has a very hard slap. It might not look well for me. It doesn't because I try not to fucking let him budge me too much. But there was some movement there. There's movement in most of my defenses, and he calls the foul here.
Okay, he called a foul right to your face.
Yeah. He called the foul, and I knew why he did. And I'm arguing with him right now, saying, "Hey, the flinch it cannot affect the effectiveness of the slap. Like and so as long as they hit you in the target zone and they hit you with their full hand, you didn't affect the slap. Of course, I changed the angle just a little bit, but he still hit me right fucking in the target zone with his full hand. They always say, hey, you can move, but it cannot affect the slap. So
yes, real quick, let's pause real quick. Okay. So this will always be a topic, I fear. 20 years from now, we're going to be talking 100%. About who flinched or whatever. Yeah. But the way I understand it is this. So just to validate what you just said. So I can move my shoulder. I can hunker. Man, I can sing a fucking, show tune as long as my chin area doesn't affect the person striking. Meaning, if I move my head 6 inches down or 3 inches up, that's obvious. Where we get into this weird minutia, man, is like, and my question to you is, will we ever get to the point where we can solidify what truly is a flinch or a club, or it's just because we've got high def cameras, super slow mo, all that shit, and you just said it. If it doesn't affect the slap, which it didn't, he got your whole hand. He got his whole hand where it needed to go.
Yeah.
Will we ever get to a point, dude, where it's not just going to be up to the ref?
We will not, and the reason why I say that is because even with my movement, I'm not going to move up or down. I'm going to move slightly over to wherever side that they're slapping, and it's going to be noticeable if you look at it at the slow mo. Like for instance, I just saw, I leaned into it, but it's always going to be to the ref's discretion. They just say, look, you can move, but it can't be egregious. But they highlight and emphasize it just can't affect the slap. So like I can't move back a little bit and him just only hit me with fingertips and get none of the meat of his hand. It's going to just brush off my face. That it would be a flinch. Or moving up and down, like you just said, where if I move down, he hits me in my orbital. He could shatter it, but it's probably not going to knock me out because he fucking missed the button. I make sure with my movements, they're going to hit me in the target zone. Just the reason why I do that is because they're going to hit me a little sooner than they expect, and we practice our slaps nonstop. And a lot of the knockout power comes from the follow through, the whip. And if you can shorten that distance, their brain, then now they hit at a short, at a quicker impact. They can't really fucking whip it and follow through. It throws their whole slap off towards the end, but they still hit you where the fuck they need to hit you.
All right. Thank you. That's what it's just going to be a missed call in the NBA finals every single card.
Yes. Yeah.
Depending on what side of the call you're on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
It's such a personal sport. Like, okay, here we go. So here's Azael, round 2 in round 1, if you will.
Yeah. I moved there too. You know what I mean? That one is more of a flinch than the first one, and it doesn't get called here.
So you took the words out of my mouth. I was going to comment that. So it's just so interesting, dude.
Yeah.
So what's Robert telling you? Is he like, brush it off?
Yeah, he didn't like that I was getting angry with the ref because he knows that could also be a downside later if this goes to all 3 rounds. And And he was just basically saying, "Hey, calm the fuck down. You know, if you knock him out, you don't got to worry about the flinching calls. You know, or you don't have to worry about getting pissed off that, you know, saying, hey, he's like, hey, you moved a little bit again, which I did, but I'm like, dude, fuck you, you know, which all respect to Chris that there's nothing, I don't have anything against him. He's just doing his job at the end of the
Yeah,
day.
for sure. No, I always say this. I'm glad I'm not a judge. I'm glad I'm not a ref, but we still have to put in perspective as to, okay, but why did you make that call? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And right here, I like that it was a warning. Kerry does it perfectly every time he refs my matches. You know, if I move, which I've seen myself do, he'll come up to me and say, hey, that he'll start off with the warning. Hey, you know, calm it down.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, I got you. You know?
And it's tough too because it definitely depends on the striker as well. Like,
Yeah.
take Trenton for example. We don't know his personality. We don't know his game. We don't know his style. So
Yeah.
that's more of a guess, if you will, than somebody like you or Azael. Okay, so
Yeah.
now we're lining up, and this is where I'm like, dude, I could see this in your eyes. You were so pissed in a good way. In a good way.
Yeah. It was, and I wasn't even confident with my slap going into this one. Boom, beautiful. It was gorgeous.
You lined up, you strike him, he falls, and this is where Azael's not human.
Dude,
Like,
yeah. To be fair, I did expect him to get up from this one. I know I put it on him, but I was like, it's Azael. He's gonna fucking get up.
that's crazy.
I already knew what I was in store for with him. But so I didn't know he was gonna get up after I hit him with it, and I saw him fall down. I knew he was gonna get back up from that one.
Okay, so here's round two with you. You just ate that shit. No worries.
Yeah. That one was a lot less movement. I was like, dude, I was listening to Rob. I was like, dude, just fucking. He was saying, hey, he's not gonna knock you out. Just don't do anything crazy. Like, so I move a little bit, but it's not enough to call a flinch.
Boom.
Same exact strike. Because I saw how he reacted with the first one. I had 3 different strikes lined up for this match, just because I thought it was gonna go all 3 rounds. And depending on how he took each slap is when I was gonna, you know, adjust my game plan to it.
Yeah.
So I do the same slap on the second one because obviously it worked.
Okay, and let's line up that second one. I'll quit clicking around like a fidgety kid. Hold on, dude. Man. So what? He pops up. He comes back. Are you expecting? So do you think his strike gets less because he just got dropped?
Yeah, for sure on that. It definitely does. It definitely does.
And is that pretty common with strikers? If they get dropped, they're not coming with the same heat.
Yeah, and also depending on how you've taken their slaps before. So and I know that whenever I get slapped, because I've been told this, I don't know how it feels to slap me, but I don't. They said it feels like they're hitting a wall, and that's good because mentally they're like, oh fuck, I'm not causing any damage to him.
Got you.
So I knew, and if you look at Azael's face after every single slap, he sees like, oh fuck, like you can tell that it's slowly breaking him. So,
all right, so here we're lining up, and I think this is the one that finishes the job.
Yes.
Anything you're thinking in this moment, or you're pretty just laser focused?
Laser focused, and the game plan now is put the exact same slap on him you just did. Just throw it with a little bit more heat. I don't want to do it anything crazy like I've done in the past. Yeah, like because who knows. I've tried to put a lot of power in them before, and I spring up too much, and it just looks so bad. So mine was like, hey, just put about 5 to 10% more on it, and it should definitely get the job done.
So last point I want to talk about is what just happened. So he gets knocked down, the fight gets called. Did you think it got called too quick?
Yeah, and again, this is
because that wasn't even. I mean, he didn't have him. I bring that up, dude, because typically they do what? They have you like take a step to the right or left and then a step forward. And I don't think he got that opportunity, dude.
No, he didn't. And I'm assuming he saw something in Azael's eyes that I didn't. But at the same time, it's fucking Azael. Like, he just needs that 1 second. You know, he could be fucked up, but he just needs 1 to 2 seconds, and his brain just kicks in super fucking fast. He has the best recovery in power slap. Like, hands down.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Yeah, dude.
So I thought they called it early, and I felt bad for him because I knew, dude, he just fucking got up after eating a crazy shot like that. He was out. He deserved to, hey, you know, do the side to side, come forward. I thought he deserved it, and so I was pissed off that they called it. I thought Azael would have been good to go.
Yeah, I agree. And it's funny too because, you know, from the human side of things, like Azael's a person, it's like, okay, maybe that's good they called it, so he'd have to go another round.
For sure,
But that,
for sure.
but we all know what we signed up for. And so
Yeah.
as a competitor and as an athlete, I agree with you. I would have liked to see them have him take the step to the side, step forward, and maybe get one more round. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's again, he's one of those guys who I knew he would have been fine. Like with Trent, it was the complete opposite. You know, he was up to his feet. They did the standing 8 count, and I saw that he was still a little fucked up. So I was like, hey, make him fucking walk. And you can see me, I'm pointing at his feet. Like, make him walk. Like his feet are fucking dragging. And they let him walk, and then they ended up calling it. But that one, he's not Azael, so I'm like, look, he doesn't need to fucking take more damage. You know, he's probably not good. He probably was, but who knows? Azael would have been, I think he would have been fine to go to the 3rd round with me.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. Well, Brandon, dude, before we let you get out of here, I gotta ask. Before the last card, we had a big. So because of Power Slap, I'm actually paying a lot more attention to wrestling, which I haven't done since Saturday mornings and Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior and shit.
Yeah.
But we had a big announcement, and what do you think about? Do you think the crossover with the wrestling roster, if you will, and the Power Slap roster ultimately is a good thing, or do you think they're doing this to just try and get more eyeballs on here so we can you know, for lack of a better word, pump up the guys that are already on the Power Slap roster, if that makes sense?
Yeah. At first, I thought it was a good idea, and they got a couple stars that are wrestlers. I think they're going too overboard for it. I think it's a stunt to try to get more eyes, make it more entertaining, which I agree with. I think that's a good route for Power Slap, is more entertaining than sport, you know. But they only, and not, like, let's be honest, they've brought in so many fucking wrestlers, and a lot of them are corny as fuck. They're not that good. They've only hit about 5 to 6 wrestlers that have star potential and that are actually decent, you know. So now I'm at the point where, look, you're given, like, for instance, this card. I wanted to be on this card. I talked to them, and they want to match it. They want to have a lot of wrestlers on. They told me, hey, no, like, we want a lot of wrestlers on this card because of the WrestleMania. I understand that, but you're putting, again, that card's going to be. I'm sorry if the wrestlers don't like this, but it's going to be trash because a lot of those wrestlers are corny as fuck. Their antics on stage do not look good. They're definitely trying to put on a show, and you can tell that they're trying to put on a show, and it doesn't always come off the right way. They have literally 5 or 6 wrestlers that have star potential, and one of them was on this last card. Jordan is one of those guys. Stunt, Haley, Johnny, Magna, and I think Mecha Wolf has star potential, but he's been on the wrong side of some fucking foul calls. But so I don't think it's good with how much they're doing it, to be honest. I think you need to be bringing in more ex-football players, people who are in football, rugby, any actual sport, even more MMA guys. At the end of the day, those guys are still fucking dogs, regardless if they're good or not. And you know, so I don't think it's overall a good thing with how much they're bringing in the wrestlers. Now they're overdoing it, and it's going to, I feel like we're going to end up in a spot where Power Slap is considered a joke, because we're going to have all these clown motherfuckers up there on stage who aren't even that good, who will get put out, or just don't fucking slap good. So it's a tough thing. I like that at first, but now we're going way too much into it.
Yeah, it's tough even for me as a fan, because I think Power Slap, and I asked this with Logan, you know, a few weeks ago. I straight up asked him, is Power Slap more social media, entertainment, or is it more athletic and sport? And his answer was honest, dude, and I think it was real, and I think that's kind of what you're saying too, is Power Slap right now is trying to figure out how to like promote this thing. Like, forgive me, this is no insult to anybody or anybody like that, but they are trying to figure out what they got. So you've got these guys that are passionate about it. they get that it is a sport, no matter what the fucking public thinks. Like, okay, get your ass up there and see how well it's not a sport, right? And wrestlers feel the same way. Okay, yeah, it's fake. Well, then how about you jump off the ladder into a table of tax? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I couldn't fucking do the wrestling. There's no
Yeah,
fucking way.
and so-
I'm not, you know.
We got to figure out, like, what's the marriage? And I feel like that's what they're hoping the wrestling will bring. It will, like, level up other people's games. Meaning, there are champs out there that, dude, they are dogs. They are dogs. They got a big following, 10K, 12K, 20K. And in Power Slap, that's a lot. But they don't come on the podcast like you, Brandon. They don't tag their next opponent. You know what I mean? Like Johnny Magna, Haley, Stunt, all the guys you ripped off. They at least understand, okay, I got to take this serious, and I got to do the interviews. I got to do this. I got to do that. And I think that's part of it, bro, is they at least know the wrestlers will do what it takes to get some attention on them.
For sure that they will. You know, again, it's tough. I like the idea of it at first. I was like, yes, we need more of those characters. They're going to go out there. They're going to do some crazy shit. They're going to do every fucking podcast, you know.
But can they slap?
Yeah, exactly. Because at the end of the day, you still want a good product, you know. Just because they're entertaining doesn't mean it's going to be a good product. And honestly, again, most of them aren't entertaining. It comes off as corny as fuck what they're doing if they're on stage. It seems forced because that's what they're used to. They're used to putting on a persona, going out there, and it just doesn't come off well. Like, Stunt doesn't go fucking crazy. He actually is just himself, but people fucking love him. You know what I mean? Haley, that's honestly just who the fuck she is. How what you see on stage, that is genuinely who she is, but she also has that same persona in wrestling. She doesn't fake anything, you know? So
Very real.
So it is tough, and I mean, again, by definition, this is a sport. By definition, whether you hate it or like it, it is a professional sport by definition. But I'm okay if they want to go the entertainment route with it. Okay, cool. You know, I'm perfectly fine with that. Just bring in the right people for it. Wrestlers aren't always the option when it comes to entertainment.
Right.
You know.
Right. And I've said it a bunch, but I would just love to be in those meetings when they figure out the rankings and the matchmaking.
Yeah.
Because there's got to be there, and maybe there's not, but there's got to be some analytics or some stat or some whatever where they're like, no, we need to keep bringing in these guys, you know, and see. And maybe it's just a filtering process, right? Like, Power Slap is a filtering process from jump. We'll see who's actually going to take this serious. And maybe it's a filtering process on the wrestling roster. Like, maybe this is their chance to finally get some foundation going in their career. So it's an interesting thing. I'm on your team. I don't hate it, but I think we're trying to figure it out, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. And we're only going to find out one way. And I think what's going to happen is they're going to keep bringing in more wrestlers, and they're going to start seeing that, hey, the people aren't taking this shit serious because of having so many wrestlers on here. I think it gives a certain look. And I don't think that's where Power Slap should head. You know, it's fine within reason. It's fine within reason.
Got it. Dude, Brandon, this was awesome. Thanks for walking us through your match. Look, we said a lot of stuff. We know your game, but I would like to see you go for the title.
Yeah,
Look, I realize you're ranked 2 because we got Brandon there, but Brandon and Isaiah, again, I don't know. As a fan, I would watch because I'm a fan, but I want to see you get that shot, dude.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, we'll see. We're going to sit back and kind of look at the options and see what's best for me as for my career. And not necessarily holding a belt. That doesn't always mean, hey, you have to have a belt, you know?
Right. Holding the belt doesn't always mean more paydays.
Yeah. Actually, I think it might mean less paydays because they seem like they're icing the fucking champions a lot. So,
dude,
who knows?
Well, hey, man, we'll let you get on your day, but everybody go follow this man on Instagram, see his journey. He puts in the work. He takes it serious, and we will be here for all of it, my guy.
Hell yeah. Sounds good, Joe. Appreciate you.
All right, man. Let's hang out for a sec. We'll let this bitch upload.
Yeah.